If you are living with rheumatoid arthritis or any other chronic condition, or if you are caring for someone who has this chronic condition, you know it's not just about joint pain. It's about reclaiming your sense of control and peace. Today, we are honored to have Dr. Dubal. Dr. Dubal is an ICF certified life coach and a certified meditation teacher. Dr. Dubal helps individuals reconnect with themselves and create more intentional and fulfilling lives. Let me start with asking a simple question. So, what is mindfulness?
So, mindfulness is not this big thing that is abstract. It is very simple. Mindfulness is what you pay attention to something with intention in a non-judgmental way, without judging, paying attention here and now. That's simple. And when you do that for a longer periods of time, paying attention in a non-judgmental way, we call it meditation.
Got it. Okay. One is paying attention to the present and being non-judgmental. What do you mean by non-judgmental?
Whenever you are paying attention and trying to be mindful, you do not need to criticize yourself or judge yourself. Am I doing this right? What is going on here? We have a tendency as human beings to criticize ourselves a lot, and it helps when you don't be judgmental or critical to yourself.
Yeah, and many of you know our society is so critical, right? Whenever you do one thing, people usually put comment. And since we live in a judgmental society, we are tuned to the habit of judging everything, including ourselves. So we judge ourselves a lot. Now, when we talk about the mindfulness, what are the other things many of us are doing every day we are not being mindful to?
The little things in life, like most of us are autopilot most of the time. Like a lot of times, has it happened to you that if you're driving from one point to the other point, you get in the car and you don't remember how you got there? You are eating a meal and you don't remember how fast you finished it and what did you eat and what it tasted like. Or was it today or yesterday? Sometimes you don't remember when was the last time something significant happened to your children. So we are all on autopilot, most of the times living in the future or in the past. And by learning to be mindful, coming back to the present, we are able to enjoy our life more.
Now, can you tell a little more of our audience regarding that, what we call a mindfulness eating or mindful eating?
Mindful eating is when you are not distracted while you're eating. You are not checking your email while you're eating. You're not watching social media. You're not watching your YouTube while you are eating and paying full attention to your food. And that gives you more satisfaction. And it helps you pay attention to when you are full. And instead of going automatically for the seconds, if you are paying attention, you are not going to go for second servings and you're not going to overeat or undereat.
So what they can do, practice every day when they are eating. What are the things they can do? What are the things they should not do?
Not to eat in front of screens. Put your phone away, especially if you're having a family dinner, put all the notification to silence. So if you were just going to do one thing, I would say meals without screens.
And you can also enjoy the flavors too. Like if you are paying closer attention to what you are eating, you can enjoy both the smell of the food, the taste of the food, and also the texture too. So that might be the truly mindful way of eating, so that you truly enjoy your meal. And also the family time too, right? The time you spend with your family.
Connection.
The connection. That is a precious time where you spend a quality time both enjoying the meal as well as also enjoying the time with them. So what are the other everyday things we do where we can apply the concept of mindfulness?
You know, when we are spending time with our loved ones, our family members, if we are trying to do multiple things at a time and not mindful, we're not present with our kids. I remember many years ago when I used to play Candy Crush. Yes, that's the game I used to play a lot. My son one time said, "Mom, when you are playing Candy Crush, you don't listen to me."
Yeah.
And I realized that and I deleted the game. But all those things are very addictive.
Yeah.
And even though with all good intention to spend time and pay attention to our children and our loved ones, when we are not mindful and we are automatically doing that because you're addicted to it, you miss the opportunity to spend time with your loved ones and connect with them.
Yeah. And sometimes I do that too. Like sometimes I put my earpod and I'm listening to the podcast or all the books and I'm talking with my kids too. So even though I'm trying to be productive, but actually I'm not being productive. I'm I'm trying to multitask, but that's not multitasking. I'm just not being present for both. I'm not listening to this, and I'm also not focusing with my kids too. So all of us are culprit on doing those. We just need to be mindful. Now, going back to the term of mindful, this is another way of how we can be mindful of our present, truly being present with someone you truly love. I think that how we can even need a respect for them too, right? If they are spending time with you, they are giving you full time, we should respect them back so that we can give them our undivided attention. Now, other thing that practically speaking every day we do on the mindfulness that I have been practicing and trying to do is mindful breathing. So can you tell our audience a little more about what is mindful breathing? What does that mean and how we can apply that?
Breathing comes very hand in hand with mindfulness because our breath is always with us from the second we are born until we die. It doesn't cost anything. So when we are busy and not paying attention to our breath, then we tend to not breathe deeply. We tend to have shorter, shallower breaths, and those make you more tired. Whereas when you breathe mindfully, you are able to have better exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide and have more energy. So even smaller periods of time during the day, if you can have some time focus on your breath, it helps you getting back into the center and getting in touch with your inner self.
That is what one of the strategies I have been personally using is doing some slow breathing to help me in more better thinking and also slowing myself down. So that's one of the strategies I personally do use too.
Great, yeah. When you are in fight or flight mode, you're breathing fast, so your sympathetic system is activated. Whereas when you are breathing calmer, you're in parasympathetic mode and you are in a mode to rest and digest. And that's when we all flourish and become more creative at that time and be able to connect with others. A lot of times I would teach some of my teenagers who would be anxious to take a breath in till you count 4 and then from the nose and then breath out with mouth and you count till 8. So breath in for 4 and then breath out with 8 count.
Got it.
And breath in with the nose, out with the mouth.
Yeah.
So that helps your body completely change from sympathetic to parasympathetic mode. And no matter if you are in middle of a panic attack, if you're going for some sort of public speaking event, coming here for the YouTube interview, if you are able to just pay attention to your breath and manipulate even a little bit, that is easier. It's a great tool. Changing your breath is a great tool to help with the anxiety. But in general, just being mindful of your breath itself, not even manipulating or just watching it, also brings you into presence.
Got it. Okay. Now let's go a little more deeper on what is the science behind the mindfulness.
Being a physician, the science of mindfulness is something that very fascinating for me. Unfortunately, in the last 2 to 3 decades, there has been a lot of research about mindfulness and meditation and how it affects us. Harvard, Stanford, Columbia, multiple universities have been doing research on this. And if you Google it, you can even find the functional MRI pictures of people who have done meditation and their MRI before and after, and it shows changes in their prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex is our brain that is the latest part of our brain that got evolved. So what happens is when life throws things at us, we tend to initially our limbic system starts to act with fear and worry. And when you use your later part, more evolved brain, which is your prefrontal cortex, you are able to think more wisely. You are able to make decision with more discernment, wisdom. And when you practice daily meditation, then those areas of prefrontal cortex become thicker and become stronger. So we can see that with experience, but when you can see that on the functional MRIs, it's pretty cool, I think, that you can see it actually on the images.
So that means it's real. It's not made up or some
not
other.
voodoo.
Okay, excellent. Now, sometimes I personally do get a little more confused regarding the difference between being mindfulness, and then the spirituality and religious part. So what's the connection? What's the difference between those two things?
Religion is something that is made by humans. Mindfulness is more in all religions available in some way or the other. So it's more spiritual. experience than certain religious thing.
Okay.
So being mindful and practicing meditation helps you get centered. It helps you get stronger in knowing your inner self, as well as it teaches you how to work with your outer self to make the world more passionate and harmonious.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the reason I asked that question is sometimes you might be thinking, well, I'm not religious, so can I practice mindfulness? So what Dr. Dubal is telling us is you don't have to be religious to be mindful. You can be mindful even without being religious.
Yes, and even if you are religious or if any religion you are practicing, you can still practice mindfulness and meditation. These are the tools that help us grow as a person.
And even for example, like personally, I do chant some of the Hindu mantra. I also read some scriptures, some books. You might be reading Bible or other different religious books. So even that is one of the part of practicing mindfulness, because you are being present with the book. You are being present. You are trying to connect yourself with God or higher self. So it might be part of your mindfulness practice of doing those chanting mantras or reading your religious scriptures or books. So that might be part of your mindfulness. Now, as we are talking more about rheumatoid arthritis, one key thing I need to focus and we need to focus on is mindfulness doesn't cure your RA, but it can help you handle the day-to-day stress related with rheumatoid arthritis or any other chronic condition. If you are less stressed, you can handle your disease better. You can take your medication more regularly. That will complement all the treatment that you are getting from your doctor. So let's not just substitute mindfulness for all your medication, but let's use as a complement to help you feel better with overall improvement in quality of life. Now, Dr. Dubal, do you want to add few practical tips that our patients, our healthcare provider, and other who are listening to us can do in a day-to-day basis to be mindful?
Mindfulness practice, there are two main ways to do it. Formally, you can sit down and close your eyes and focus on your breath or any other part of the body, whatever works for you. And then there are many guided meditation apps available out there. You should be able to find something. If you are not able to comfortable practicing meditation on your own, use a guided one. There is no right or wrong way to do it. You cannot do meditation wrong. You cannot do it wrong. Take a minute or 2 or 5 or 15, whatever time you have in your day. Sit down and practice centering yourself. And then rest of the day, informally, just whatever you're doing, try to remember, stop, pause, be present, and then continue to do what you're doing. Every time you are going to get in your car, before you turn the car on, pause, and you are able to be there for a split second, be present, and then move on. When you practice your sitting meditation and informal meditation of mindfulness moments, they both complement each other. So when you practice one, the other one gets better. And when you practice the other one, the first one gets better.
And then two things that I remember from the conversation is mindful eating and mindful breathing. If you can start with those two things, which are very simple, but you can do every day. So mindful eating and mindful breathing. Now, before we conclude the session, can you tell us, our audience, how they can reach out to you if in case they have any concern, if they want to connect with you, how they could connect with you?
You could reach out to me at my website, niralidubal.com, where you can send me a message to connect, and I'm happy to help you answer your questions.
Definitely reach out to Dr. Dubal so that you can learn from our expertise. Thank you so much for your valuable time. I hope it was helpful. Please comment below what technique you are using to apply the mindfulness in your regular practice, such as breathing exercises, mindfulness eating. So just put those comment in the comment below so that we can understand and share with other people what you are doing. Please like and subscribe so that you will get notification of any new videos like this that we'll be producing in the future, and we'll be coming up more sessions like this where we'll talk about a lot of the conditions related with rheumatoid arthritis and other chronic conditions that we can help you feel better. Thank you, Dr. Well, for coming over. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.